Zion National Park. Surely the pinnacle of natural beauty in the southwest of Utah. Welcome back to this Utah National Park road trip. We are about 10 minutes outside of Zion National Park, the east entrance to Zion National Park. Found a nice area to camp here on some national forest land. It's slow season, so there's only one other camper here. That's pretty awesome. Have this whole place to ourselves. After a week on the road, my car is getting very, very messy. Seems to happen. The longer you're on the road, the messier your car gets. It started out pretty organized and clean, and now it's just a mess, and still got a few more days to go. The drive to the east end of the park is something incredibly special. Welcome officially to Zion National Park. This is the main visitor center on the west side of the park. You know, it may be winter and off season, but this park is still ridiculously busy even in off season. Normally they don't run, they have a shuttle service that runs here to take you up into Zion Canyon. This time of year in the wintertime and off season they don't run it Monday through Friday, but today is a Saturday, so they're actually running the shuttle service on Saturday and Sunday. So I'm gonna take the shuttle to get around at least to that part of the park. Although I do understand the shuttle system is needed due to the crowds in Zion Canyon, I do feel like it takes away from the overall experience just a bit. So I took the very last stop on the shuttle, which is all the way to the very end of Zion Canyon. Took it all the way to the end. This is the Temple of Sinawava. It's the Temple of Sinawava. Anyway, getting to the narrows of Zion Canyon, which I have never done. Last time I was here a few years ago, it was closed, and some bad weather rolled in, and I had to call it a day. I don't know how much I'll be able to do, because you have to walk to the river, and I can guarantee you that that water is freezing cold. So I don't know that I will even get that far, but I'm going to just go down there and see what I can get into, honestly. That's a pretty nice view there behind me. I really like how the light is hitting that cliffside there. And we're kind of in the shade down this part of the river. I'm going to go up a little bit further and try and find a spot in the sun to eat some lunch. The Riverwalk Trail is a short path that leads to the start of the narrow section of Zion Canyon. I really did enjoy this peaceful walk along the river. This is the beginning of the narrow section of Zion Canyon. That water is freezing cold, and I'm also not equipped to hike it, so I'm not going to today. But it was pretty cool to come up here. It's still pretty busy, there's a lot of people, but also a nice way to spend the first part of the afternoon. This is the final hike of the day, the Watchman Trail. I'm gonna do this one for kind of like a sunset, I guess. So we got about 2 hours till sunset, and apparently it's 3.3 miles. It seems like a pretty easy hike, and easier than the ones I've done the last few days on some of these parks I've been in. So yeah, that's what we're going to tackle for this evening. Well, that was sunset from the Watchman Overlook. Some really amazing peaks here behind me that I was trying to get some shots with. Try to do like a 2-image merge with the telephoto. I get a nice little panorama there. That was a pretty great way to end my first day in Zion National Park. It was a beautiful day today. Warmest day of the trip so far. And yeah, it felt like spring. You know, it's still February. Good afternoon and welcome to day 2 in Zion National Park. I decided to come over to the east side of the park because I thought it'd be less busy. It's a Sunday, it's insanely busy here. And it was so busy that I can't park at the trailhead. I actually have to park way up here in this little pull off here, which I luckily got a spot. And I'm hiking down, well, walking the side of the road, down to the Mini Pools trailhead. I finally found a hike in Zion with not a lot of people on it. I have seen a few people on the hike up, but this trail's actually not even marked at the trailhead. You just got kind of where to go. I found it on All Trails, which All Trails is how I find most of the trails I hike. So I downloaded the map offline onto my phone, so I have a GPS map of the hike. So that's how I knew where to come. But anyway, it's kind of like hiking up the sandstone wash here. And I guess it's called Mini Pools because there are little pools of water the whole way. There's a couple here I'm starting to see. Pretty cool little hike so far. Not very difficult, which is fine. But yeah, it's good to be on a hike with not hordes of people like the rest of the park. My goal today was to escape the crowds in Zion National Park, and I think I managed to do that. I'm at the top of the Mini Pools Trail. There's nobody else up here, which is amazing. It's this great view of those 3 mountains. The peaks behind me there are called the Triplets. Those are really, really beautiful 3 little peaks there. Anyway, I succeeded in escaping the crowds. Now I had a plan of kind of blazing my own trail to hopefully a really amazing view. Oh, now you can see the saddle up there behind me. There isn't a trail to get up there. I'm going to make my own trail to get up there, because I think the view is going to be pretty incredible up there. And again, I'll have it all to myself, which is kind of what I'm after today. Change of plans. We're in a different spot with an awesome view. I was going to try to hike to that saddle there. What I did not realize was that there's a little literal canyon between me and that. So I didn't go up there. Instead, I decided to hike up this ridge here to this peak. So I think I'm gonna get some really amazing views. As you can see, pretty expansive views behind me of the Triplets peaks over there and that whole side of the canyon. Oh, that is incredible. Definitely worth the scramble up this hillside. This is the coolest thing I've done in Zion National Park, honestly. That wash below me, that's the trail I hiked up. So I followed that. It's a pretty rough trail. It's not marked very well, but you can see it. Feels like a truly magical moment to me, having this view of Zion National Park all to myself to just enjoy and take it in. I got the G9 set up on a tripod here with a telephoto lens, which I very rarely use tripods like this if I'm not doing long exposures, but since I'm just hanging out here for a while, I was doing some time lapses with the G85. I put the G9 on the tripod and just taking some shots with it. But yeah, I feel like these are like the moments I truly live for. I really feel alive out here in nature like this, and I'm just incredibly grateful to be able to experience something as incredible as this. It's really amazing. I snapped a few photos of that, but I'm going to start hiking back down because the sun is about setting now and it's getting dark. It's also getting pretty chilly out. So yeah, it gets cold here once the sun sets, in February. So I'm going to head back down to the car. What an amazing hike, though. What an amazing afternoon, evening. It was fantastic getting off the beaten track in Zion National Park and getting away from the crowds and finding my own Amazing viewpoint for sunset.
Slow it down. Dreams still yours if you want it. Enjoy the ride, 'cause those ups and those downs is what makes it worth it. Slow it down. Dreams still yours if you want it. Enjoy the ride, 'cause those ups and those downs is what makes it worth it.
It's a mountain goat over there, I believe, with that view.